Hi. So I'm Lyndon Voss, and this is, I think, my first live stream on here. But I would like to tell you guys about my very first Greyhound trip that I did yesterday. I had never ridden Greyhound by myself. The only time I'd ridden it was once when I was a kid with my mom, and Greyhound lost our luggage. So, um, obviously, and reasonably, I was very hesitant and scared to ride Greyhound by myself because I was worried that someone would steal my luggage or lose my luggage or steal the stuff in my luggage. So I went on all the stops to make sure my luggage was distinct and secure. I got luggage locks. I got transmitter receiver trackers. I doodled on my basic pink suitcase. I put stickers on my blue suitcase that has purple, pink, and teal spots on it. I pulled out all the stops, and my suitcases already had luggage tags, so they were distinct as hell, and they were all secure as hell. And then outside my duffel, which also had a suitcase lock on it, and as well as a tracker. But the thing about the trackers is they're only good for like 50 to 100 meters, no, yards. Wait, feet. Yeah, feet. 50 to 100 feet. Honestly, if you get any for your bags for these kind of trips, I would recommend getting GPS ones. But I just couldn't afford, both financially and with time, to get them because they would have gotten there after I needed them. So I had to get these. And they were okay, and I didn't really need them, but they were good to have in case. But because within 100 feet, I'm pretty sure that's like within the bus's range. So like when you're in the bus lot and stuff, loading onto the buses. So yeah. So start at the beginning. So I woke up at 2. I did everything to make sure I was definitely ready for my bus ride. I brought all my bags outside while I was waiting for my Uber because my friend Emily and my friend Trevor both couldn't get me when I wanted to be picked up. So I got into the Uber. I put my stuff in the back of his car. He took me to the Greyhound station. I said, and I quote, "I will need help bringing my stuff into the Greyhound station." When I got out of his car, he helped me get the stuff out of the back of his car, and he took off. And before I closed the door, I was like, "I'm gonna need help getting these to the bus station." He's like, "Zoop," right off. Didn't even do anything. Just like jackass. So yeah, that was that. And then I dragged my stuff in, not dragged like because on wheels, but like I pulled my bags into the bus station, and then I went to the ticket counter. I said that too slow the first time. The ticket counter, and I got my ticket. I didn't get my ticket. I have an e-ticket, but like I got the luggage tags and the receipt. So yeah, and then I paid for the extra bag because you only get one carry-on free and one under the bus bag free with like standard bus ride. Only the very expensive one gets the 2 bags free or 2 or 3 bags free or whatever. But yeah, for my second under the bus bag, I had to pay about $20. So, and then the lady, because I explained it's my first bus ride, she helped me know what gate I would be going to and like what time they start loading. She wrote it on my receipt, so that helped me a lot. Shout out to that person. I don't know, I didn't get their name, but I know they were a nice person, so that's helpful. I know they work in the ticketing counter in the Orlando Greyhound station, so I don't know I mean, I know there's probably a lot of people that work there, but like, if she is ever gonna watch, if she ever watches this in the future, then she'll know. I'd hope. But yeah. Anyways, so I pull my stuff over to seats by gate E, which was the gate I was going into for my bus. And so I waited about a couple hours, give or take. The bus was supposed to load at 4:45, and my bus was scheduled to leave at 5:15, and continued to do so. It didn't run late or anything, so that's good. And then closer to the time, I walked up to the door, so I was like one of the first people. And while I was waiting, this old guy who just he gave off the weirdest vibe ever, at least to me. He was like, "Where are you going?" And one thing I know from when I was doing my Greyhound research the week before the trip, the guy I watched on YouTube, the Greyhound Guru, now called the Travel Guru, he said, well, it was either him or an article I read. He said, "Don't tell people where you're going." So obviously, when this guy asked me that, I was like, "I'm not. I don't want to tell you where I'm going. I don't know you." He's like, "I need to know that I'm in the right line." I was like, "Oh." And then I explained the line to him. I'm not gonna get into it because the conversation was just too awkward. But yeah. So then I waited the rest of the time until it was time to get loaded up, and the we boarders went first. So didn't have any good seats available when I got on the bus because we were second. So literally, I was stuck next to a person the entire time. First, one guy, and then we went on a. We stopped for a break. I saw some people getting up. One of the couple of seats next to each other opened up, so I was like, "Yeah, I can get my own seat now." No, the guy who had the seat before came back, and I don't want to get into it, but he was not nice about it. He called me weird. He called me crazy, and he honestly gave me a flashback to middle school. I'm not gonna explain that to you guys, but yeah, it's not fun. The memory's not fun. So then I went to a different seat because by the time that happened, the guy in the seat where I was, I got another guy had taken that seat, so I moved to the front next to a different guy. I did not get my own seat the entire time. And I know what you're thinking. That's not always gonna happen. I get it. One thing I know, I don't do well socializing half the time. I have social issues and social anxiety up the ass. So I can't. I can't. I mean, I can, but it's just. Also, I'm just crammed the entire time, so there's that. I do better with more space. I'm in my own little bubble. It definitely helps the social drain not not happen as fast because I woke up at 2 a.m. I did not need any more energy drain on top of that. So then the ride went on, and we got to Lake City for the very first transfer of my trip. I went to the next bus, was able to get my own seat. So that worked out. And then after that was the Tallahassee bus. Got my own seat again. And then on that bus, when we were all loading, there was this old lady, and she was like, "Can you help me with my bags?" And I was nice about it. I was like, I helped her with her stuff. Well, it wasn't her bags. Like she dropped a jacket and a bag on the stairs while she was walking up, and she was like, "Can you help me?" I was like, in my head, I was like, "Do I look like a staff?" And sorry if that sounds rude to anyone, but just she could have asked the driver for help or any other person. I mean, I'm sure there was someone out there that could have helped her. Of course, me being me, I was right there in the front row. And of course, I helped her so that I did not look like an a-hole. So, and then I was confused as to what was happening because it was sounding like the driver was saying that I would sit with her, and I was like, I don't move seats. And then I was like, oh, you want me to just put stuff next to you? Okay. And then there was this bag with a pillow that she asked me to get. So luckily the driver was at the stairs of the bus, and I was like, said the same thing to him. He's like, okay, I'll go. Okay. So I was like, finally, I can sit down. And then I sat down for the rest of the bus ride, and he helped her get that. And this lady was like very out of breath. I think maybe about passed out. I don't know. Ugh, she gave me the weirdest vibe ever too. I mean, in a different way. Like she was not nice about it. But when I had the confusion, she was not nice about it. So there's that. And then I just gotta plug in my phone. So then the rest of the bus ride was like from Tallahassee to Dothan, Alabama, and the final destination, it was a Flying J / Denny's. So when I got to the Denny's, I sat in there and I waited for Dad. He arrived a few minutes later. And my bus was actually a teens a bit early. It was supposed to arrive about 2:05. I arrived about 2. It's about 5 minutes early, give or take. And yeah. So that happened, and then I got here, took a shower, da 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 da. But this whole live stream is specifically about the Uber ride. I'll post another vlog about stuff that happened today later. But right now, yeah. Actually, I'll post a vlog about what happened later. What happened today, right after this. But I want to do this vlog in itself, and then the other one in its own self. And then I'm going to do a separate vlog about the stuff I found at the flea market and Goodwill, which I'll explain in the next video. Not the stuff will be in its own video, but like the Goodwill and the flea market. I'll explain like the events of that, but yeah. So yeah, so the advice that I mentioned in the description. And I mean, this is like stuff that I wish had been found in my results when I was searching around, and stuff I've already heard, but just from my perspective, from what I experienced, because yeah. Also, a lot of the stuff I found was also a little more updated, let's say. I don't know. So, duffel bags are not the best thing to carry on a bus. It takes up too much floor room. And when you're sitting next to someone, that is not ideal. If you can, just have a backpack. Maybe a couple, but no duffel bags. Because I had a backpack and a duffel bag. Most of the room was taken up, and I ended up with my feet off to the side of the seat. Didn't take up the floor, didn't take up the aisleway, so I was good. But it was not the most comfortable thing in the world. Mostly because I was sitting next to someone, and the second guy on the first bus basically elbowed me in the side the whole time. Most of the time, I tried to avoid it, but it was happening. It was not fun. And then the second guy has some sort of like bag or something right under my thigh, and I was like, I want to move it, but it's his thing, and I don't want to touch it. So, yeah. Second thing, if you do the duffel bag, don't put your food in it, unless it's like only food you're gonna eat once you get to your destination. Because a good chunk of my snack foods, actually all of my snack foods, were in that duffel. I could only reach the snack foods that I put last minute into my backpack, and that was just Uncrustable sandwiches. I ended up with a stomachache that night, and I'm thinking it's partially due to the Cold Stone Creamery that I got when I got to Dad's house. Because I had 3 sandwiches, 2 Nesquiks, because I had mini Nesquik bottles in my stuff too, And then when I got to Denny's, I had mac and cheese and part of a peanut butter jelly sandwich because they were out of grapes on the side. So I asked them for plain white bread, and then if they had peanut butter and jelly, bring that out for me so I could make myself a sandwich or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so I had that, and then that's basically like dairy on dairy on dairy right there, and the three sandwiches. And then I had Cold Stone Creamery. And if there's one thing I know, last time I had Cold Stone Creamery back in, I think, Christmas break. Yeah, that or my birthday break. Thanksgiving break. I had Cold Stone Creamery. I had a stomachache shortly thereafter. I'm starting to think Cold Stone and my stomach do not mix. Because I had a small. That's typically my go to for these kind of places. And my digestive was not happy either way. Smelling normally helps. It did not. I don't think Cold Stone Creamery is something my digestive enjoys. So yeah, back to the bus. Um, uh, okay, here's one, and I know it was not in my stuff, so you guys are definitely gonna take it or leave it. I don't know, but do not sit where someone else was sitting, even if you're on a break and they leave their seat and it's a seat kind of situation that you wanted. Like I mentioned about the two seats being available during the break, because you don't know what that person's like. If they're gonna be mean about it, nice about it, you don't want to risk it. You don't. You really don't. That's one thing I learned on this bus ride for sure. Because he was not nice about it, and yeah, I just don't want to get into it. Anyways, what else? Uh, Here's one tip, and this is more obvious than not, but if you have issues figuring out what's happening, ask somebody. But no matter who it is in the Greyhound station, somebody's gonna know the answer to your questions. Like when I got there, I explained I was new. Where do I go to get my bus? She was like over there. She pointed over towards the gates. So this was the ticket lady. She was very, very helpful about it. And so, and then I was like, asked, and then when I got to the Lake City stop, I asked one of the bus drivers out there, "Is this the?" And I asked if it was the number for the Lake City bus. Like I said, the number. Not gonna say it. One, I can't remember it. Two, I don't want to say it out loud. I don't. I just don't. But yeah. Anyways, he said yeah. So asking questions will help you if you are lost, and especially if you're not lost, but like if you don't know what bus is yours, where you're going in the bus station, especially if it's your first bus ride, asking questions will help. When in doubt, ask questions. No matter no matter how embarrassing the question is. I mean, obviously you can't ask them like personal questions, but like questions about like the nuances of bus station, or I hope I used that word right. But yeah, bus station, where to go, things like that. And let me think, is there anything else? Well, one thing I found out while I was packing, try and even out your stuff. If one bag's too heavy, move it little to the other bag. But if that's too heavy, maybe try moving it to another bag. What I did was my laptop was too heavy. Well, not too heavy, but like it was in my duffel. My duffel was just a little too heavy for me to lift. So I put it into a backpack with my purse, and I just said that's my purse so that I wouldn't get charged for an extra carry-on bag, because they would do that too. They would charge for an extra carry-on bag But I did message Greyhound. They said purses don't count as carry-ons. They're fine. They don't cost for that or anything. They're not even counted as anything. They're just purses, so it's good. Anyways, so yeah, I put my laptop in there with my purse and a couple of waters and my sandwiches. Yeah. And then I had my dad and his fiance's wedding gifts, like evenly spread between the two bags. And then my bathroom stuff was also spread because the gifts were taking up space the bathroom stuff was needing. And then my clothes were in the one, my doll clothes were in one, my doll was in the duffel. All of the rest of my snack food was in the duffel, alongside a few other things that I thought I was going to use on the bus, but I did not use because of the whole first bus, not an extra person situation. Yeah. And obviously you know this next one, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Bring a blanket, bring a pillow, bring a stuffed animal if you want to, because that helped me a lot. I brought my Star Wars pillow. This is my neck pillow because, as you can see, it fits around my neck on either end, and it works like a neck pillow. So it's my head to the side when I was in the seat, just felt relaxed best I could. I had my fuzzy Disney Princess animator blanket and my Flash Bear. It just gave me something to snuggle with while I was watching stuff on my phone. And another thing, give me a second. This thing is really helpful, and I definitely recommend it. A foldable neck phone holder. This thing was a miracle worker for me on the bus. Because I was able to watch stuff on my phone, do stuff on my phone the entire time after I got it out of my duffel. And it really helped. Like, because I didn't have to use my hands unless I was like tapping the screen, stopping, going, all that, answering the phone. So it definitely, seriously helped a lot. Because like I just had my phone there, like sideways. I was watching the new episode of Orville, the new episode of Bunked, the new episode of Raven's Home. I watched some Flash season 8 on Netflix because on I believe it was when no, it was either no, it was the 7th. I believe it came out. It was the 7th or the 8th that Flash season 8 came out on Netflix. So I watched that for a little bit. Then I went to Disney Plus and I watched some Iron Man Armored Adventures, which is an animated series from the 2010s. I don't know which 2010. I just know it was like a bit ago. But yeah, it's a really good show, and I think you guys should watch it. It's great if you like Iron Man. You're really gonna love it. Anyways, so think what else? Over the ear headphones. One of the best things I could have brought because I have these over the ear headphones that are Bluetooth. They really helped because I don't remember if it was the first or the second bus, but there is this couple, and they at the beginning of the bus ride they were like playing piano and singing some song. I don't know what it was. I can't tell if it was in like a foreign language or not, but I really couldn't understand it. Nor did I care to understand it. Either way, it was annoying me, so I put on my over-the-ear headphones, and that helped a lot because my AirPod Pros, I used the noise cancellation feature most of the first part of the ride. That helped until the people got on. I could still hear over that. And I didn't want to turn up the volume all the way because I value my eardrums. So I put on over-the-ear headphones, and of course, yes, I turned it up there, but that wasn't even the same thing because AirPods are in here. Over-the-ear headphones are in here, so it's a little less in my eardrum than the AirPod Pros would be. So I had my over-the-ear headphones on. I watched stuff. I did stuff. And yeah, and then while I was in the Tallahassee airport, no, Greyhound station, I took off my headphones because I didn't really need them on. I wasn't watching anything until I got back on the bus, and then when I got back on the bus, I watched about half of Avengers Endgame, and then when I got to the Denny's, I turned it off and I went into Denny's, grabbed my bags, and I went into Denny's. And the whole time, I did not forget my bags, and this brings me to the next thing. They don't expect, sorry, wrong sentence. They expect you to get your bags. They do expect you to get your bags by yourself, for yourself. They are not gonna get your bags for you. This is not the airlines. They aren't gonna say, like, they aren't gonna have like a luggage carry circle thing like at the airport. It's not like that. They don't say, here's your bag. They expect you to go to the thing, grab your bag, and go. Or grab your bags or whatever. Whatever you brought at the end of the bus, they expect you to grab it yourself. They're not going to do it for you. If you forget your bag, that's on you, not on them. And that is like, from what I've looked around, that is a common thing that people losing their luggage is often changed to people not grabbing their luggage. So yeah, grab your luggage and you won't lose your luggage. So yeah, I grabbed my luggage the entire time. My luggage is in this room with me right now because of that, which is good because I had a lot of things I wanted to keep and not lose in that luggage. I had wedding gifts for my dad and his fiance. I had the dress I'm gonna wear to the wedding in there. I had doll clothes. I had so many things. I had my bathroom stuff. I had my bedding. But yeah, it's all here now. What else is there? I know there's more stuff. That ride was full of a lot of just this. So, yeah, yeah, damn, I think I've tapped everything that really stuck out to me. Yeah. Well, yep, definitely tapped into all the information from my trip for my bus ride for sure. Yeah. Well, I hope the information was helpful, and I will be taking a Greyhound ride back on the 17th. So I will also put a vlog up after that one for my experience from my second Greyhound ride. I'm not going to do it every time because I don't plan on doing Greyhound rides that much. In fact, I actually would like to avoid them if at all possible. But if it's my last resort, I will because I can't afford a plane. I can't afford because actually I looked Uber and Lyft. They do far distance stateside Lyft and Uber rides because I looked at how much it would cost from here, from Orlando, where I live in Winter Park, because Winter Park's in Orlando. From there all the way to here It was about 300 some odd bucks. No, not happening. I'm not. Wait, no, it was either that or something else. But yeah, I know it was like a few hundred, if anything. So yeah, it was not cheap to for that. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Maybe about as much as the plane ride. I don't know. I don't remember, and I don't care. But yeah, neither of those ideas were possible. And I looked at trains. There are none from Orlando to Dothan. So can't do that. Buses are literally my only option because my dad wasn't available to drive me, and I didn't have any friends coming this way, so I had to figure out my own thing. I mean, technically, well, yeah, I had to figure out my own thing because my dad wouldn't pick me up, and he did not exactly help me. I had to pay for the bus myself, almost $80, and then another 20 for the bag. So, yeah, and that's really gonna suck. And it's like, what's gonna be hardest is either paying over $100 for Tallahassee bus ride, not Tallahassee, Fort Walton Beach bus ride to back home, no, not back home, back to Orlando. Orlando's not home, at least not to me. I won't be living there much longer. Anyway, so a little over 100 from Fort Walton Beach to Orlando, or about 15-20 bucks from Tampa to Orlando, with about a 6 hour ride with one of Angel's best friends. I do not know her. I'm gonna meet her at the wedding. It's still gonna be weird, but I have to do what I have to do. Honestly, I'd prefer a cheap ride from Fort Walton Beach, but I can't do that. I would have to have a time machine for that. 2 weeks in advance, people. 2 weeks in advance. Always buy your tickets 2 weeks in advance if you can, or it's just gonna get worse from there on out. I mean, I bought my ticket for the bus I took yesterday on the 1st. That was not 2 weeks out, but it was better than nothing. Honestly, I think it would have been better a while back, but I couldn't do anything about that because I didn't exactly have enough money until that point on the 1st when I got my SSI. So, did that then. But still, yeah. Okay. Great. So I believe that's everything. And like I said, right after this, I'm gonna do a vlog about today's events, and then a vlog about stuff I got at the flea market and the Goodwill today. Will happen when I get the chance, because that one ain't gonna happen that fast. I got things to do, and it literally all depend on. I would like to do it tomorrow if I can, but it literally all depends on things I'm doing with Dad and Angel, or just Dad, or just Angel, whatever happens today. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Okay. So, thanks for watching.